everyone, hope you're all doing well. Got another crossout video for us today, guys. Now in today's video we're going to be going over one of my new favorite epic weapons in crossout. I really should have bought these sooner, in the form of the Varuns. Now for those who don't know anything about the Varun, basically it's a very unique crossbow in the sense that unlike every other crossbow, it is not reload based, it is a charged based type of crossbow. Basically meaning that instead of with a traditional crossbow like the Comet, for example, whereby you peek, do all of your damage, and you go back into cover, with the Varun, because it's a DPS and it's a charge mechanic, you are meant to sit in front of the enemy and just use it as a DPS weapon. To help this, it's actually got a really interesting, really unique, and really good perk, whereby you charge the shot yourself, and as long as you let go of the shot within a certain window, you will get 10% more damage and 15% more projectile speed on that shot. Now this stacks up to 3 times, and the cool thing about it is that you don't actually need to hit the enemy. So I'll illustrate what I mean. As you charge up, the spread decreases, and then you get that bar. So as long as you fire within that bar, you get 10% more damage and 15% more projectile speed, and it stacks up to 3 times, as you can see. Now, you don't need to hit the enemy. As long as you keep the rhythm going with the Varans, you keep the stacks high, basically. So that's kind of the cool thing about it, is just keeping the rhythm going. And like this, as long as you're fighting with the rhythm or with the stacks going, you're doing 30% more damage and 45% more projectile speed, which is really, really strong. The guns themselves also have a very good durability. They have really good DPS, especially when you pair it with a Catalina. When you're getting the stacks going, I think with a 10 stack of Catalina, you're doing like 375 damage a shot, which for a gun like the Varun is crazy because you're shooting every like 3 seconds or something. So really, really high damage when you get the stacks, and it doesn't take particularly long to get those stacks either because it's an epic weapon. It also got really good Dura, so it can tank a lot of things at this power score. And the really cool thing is that even though it's 13 energy, it's a charge based as opposed to reload, so you don't need like a reload module in it or anything. You don't really need anything for these guns, to be honest. In this build, for example, we've just got the guns and a 5-second cloak for its power consumption, and that's it. So it's really good for low power score. I almost never see Varuns in the game these days, which is kind of unfortunate because well, basically, when the guns first came out, I believe there was like the only thing I remember about Varuns is that I've seen them twice, basically, or 2 decent memories of them. Whereby when they first came out, there was something on PC whereby people were using like some software. I don't know PC lingo or technical stuff like that, so you have to forgive me. But whereby basically they would have the computer charge up the Varuns for them and release it at an optimal time. So it would just constantly be shooting. And it turned it into like a really busted DPS weapon when it first released. I think they fixed that because I haven't seen any like clips about it in a while. And then I also saw my clanmate of mine use them once in Battlefield Reign, whereby they did really well in that. And that's pretty much it. Besides that, I just never see these weapons. Now the developers are planning to buff the Varuns, which is kind of interesting. They're giving it, I believe, the planned balance changes in July. They're planning on giving it 10% more damage overall. They're reducing the perk damage from 10% to 7% per stack. So basically, you won't be as reliant on stacks anymore. It's just generally it'll do more DPS. But they also, the crazy thing actually is that they are increasing the projectile speed of the weapon by 45%, which is a huge chunk. Now, the projectile speed on these guns, as you'll see, is not bad at all. I understand that I have them fused, but I really think if they keep that 45% bringing in, that fused Varuns after this patch are going to be pretty insane to us. They'll be damn near hit scan at close and medium range. So they could become very, very powerful in like uranium wars going forward. Anyway, we've got some really good games to show off. I really, really enjoy these weapons. I am very glad that I bought them and fused them. And yeah, I hope you all enjoy, guys. Okay, right, first game in the Varuns. Now we've got to try to remember with these guns, it's about keeping up the rate of fire as opposed to actually hitting the target. As long as we do this, as you can see by the 3 stacks below, we get 30% extra damage and I think like 45% extra projectile speed. Okay, the damage isn't terrible right now. Yeah, I will I will need some getting used to with these guns. We need to push though, because our guy is kind of on his own here. Look at the damage. Oh, shite him. Come here. I really don't want to let him out of my way because I just want... I haven't let you go. Oh my god. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's a bloody Aurora. Ow. I need to push this guy and get as close as I can. Yes! Give me a gun! Lewis, stop missing! Oh yeah, I have scope for that. Yeah, okay, yeah. Takes some getting used to, but the damage is most certainly there. And now we're hitting for like a lot. You've got a full Catalan stuff. Mate. Okay, well the first game went really well. Much better than I thought it would, to be honest. The guns are quite unique, so they take some getting used to. Can I just be absolutely ballsy as well? I can just push this guy. What happens if I just pushed him? There's a guy behind me, or I'm just going to pretend that doesn't exist. Oh, that's an enemy. Hello. How are you? I just walked right past the guy. Oh, you again. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I'm just gonna push this guy. Always just charge the Doom players, basically. Never let him get a bloody Aegis' back. Oh, this is bad. Take your guns. I should just cab him, yep. I like him. I like him a lot. Who's this behind? Is this guy stripped? No. TPS is really quite good. Oh, he sees me. Lou, you suck. Lou, you don't suck. Alright, we're up to 7 stack now, so we're doing quite a bit of damage. Oh, okay. Oh crap, run again. Yeah, I gotta say so far, I like this. Okay, so they're difficult to use, for sure. But they are actually pretty good when you get them going. As opposed to the wretches yesterday, which were, well, just crap and difficult to use, to be honest. That was a mistake. You can charge your Catalina off drone guns. Oh, that was a clutch cloak. Lou, you really cannot aim sometimes. Nice, right, if I can get my eye in a bit. Please, sir, just thank you. Oh my god, I figured this gun would have been off by now. There we go. Ah, beacon! I was like, why is this guy dying? Come here. I'll go for wheels. Yes, yes. What are you gonna do if you can't run away? Okay, Alright, game number 4. I was just looking over the upcoming balance change for Crossbow in July, because the developers are planning to buff the Varums, and the buff is as follows. So they got an extra 10% damage, which is nice. To compensate for this, they're giving it only 7% per stack of the Vara now instead of 10. But still like a net gain, and you're less reliant on... What the hell? You're less reliant on your perk. Well, you will be less reliant on the perk, so still a net DPS buff, basically. Oh, hello. And the big one... Look, let me just land your shots. Yeah, the big one... Sorry, I'm trying to shoot and talk is not easy at times. The big buff that they bring in for the Varans is that they're increasing its projectile speed by 45%. Which is insane, to be honest. Because as you guys can see, like, the projectile speed, I know they're fused, but the projectile speed for these is not bad at all. Like, 45% is just nuts. They're gonna be damn near hit scans. Get over here. Give me all havers, sir. Oh, snowballs are scary. I'm gonna take all the havers. There we go. Now just leave it. So yeah, fused Varans after the update should be pretty damn strong. What even is this guy? Oh, whirlwinds. Never see those anymore. I mean, this might be why you don't see them anymore, but... Alright, a couple more games then. But yeah, I really like these guns. They are, like I say this all the time, but they are, how do you put it? Hard to use, but you get rewarded if you play them well. And they're satisfying, you know, if you manage to play it right, because they're hard to use. I mean, I don't want to I'll compare them to the Comet. I know the Comet is overpowered and everything, but the Comet is incredibly boring. Like, the only fun thing about the Comet is, like, the first couple of days when you just enjoy how OP it is, you know? But in terms of, like, actual satisfaction, it's just not there. That was a mistake, I think, right? Yes, push me. I'm getting so many stacks off this guy. I don't want to push. I'll push this guy up top, I think. Because the enemy have been so kind as to split up. And I'll start shooting now. Imagine this guy's like, what's the chewing sound behind me? Oh my god, he's got 2 guns. Okay, damn it. Just want to keep the shots going so I keep my damage going in case someone pops out of nowhere. I've got all the ammo in the world, so I don't have to worry about that, to be honest. Looks like I still live. Oh, beacon again, yeah. Okay, one night. Alright, last game, man. Yeah, I really like these guns. I'm really glad I got them. Because they're difficult to use, but not impossible. They're rewarding. They got a really unique mechanic, which I like. To the point where I kind of hope they don't just give it a projectile speed buff. Because then it'll lose the difficulty. I would much rather, in a situation like this, whereby they just increase the damage as opposed to the Dura, or as opposed to the projectile speed, because I don't want them to. I don't want them to just make this gun easy to use and then just becomes boring because it's so easy to use, you know. You don't see me, mate? No, no, don't worry about me. He actually doesn't see me. Yeah. Hello, mate. Well, that's a clip. It'll balance. Oh, wait. Ta-da! Oh, I do like these things. Like, that game was far more satisfying than any Comet match. Nice, GG's to this. And that is it for the Varun hover. As you guys can see, they're really quite solid in the current form. I think that if they are going to go ahead with these planned buffs, that Varuns could become a very strong weapon in like uranium wars and such going forward. So you might want to pick one up, guys, if you're interested. But yeah, as for now, they are just a very fun, very like satisfying to use weapon, which is great because Crossout needs more guns like this. And with regards to the planned buff, I would honestly prefer if they just upped the damage instead of upped the projectile speed, because I don't like it when guns become too easy in Crossout to use. But as long as they keep like the unique firing mechanics of this weapon, it should be decent enough in terms of like skill requirement and it's like satisfaction. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I will catch you tomorrow.